my data set is arranged in ascending order, né? From the smallest to the biggest, of which I already arranged for us to save time. But you always make sure that it's from the smallest to the highest. Okay, perfect. And then now I'm going to start by calculating the lower quartile, the middle quartile or the median, and the upper quartile, né? Sharp. So Q1, basically to do these quartiles, né, you're always going to get the middle quartile, né? Perfect. Let me show you how to do that. So we know that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Which means we're going to have 6 on the left and 6 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is where we're going to get our Q2, né? Q2 divides it into two equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Sharp. And then Q1 obviously will somewhere be here, right? We'll find Q1 there because it's 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. You see? Then you need 1, 2, 3. You're going to get your Q3 here, somewhere here. Sharp. So to make sure that you're correct, the number of terms in between these quartiles must exactly be the same. Ne? So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know that you have divided it into 4 quarters. Ne? Perfect. So you can see that, okay, Q1 is in between 21 and 41. So if there are 2 terms, you add them, and then you divide by 2. Ne? Let's quickly see what is 41 plus 21 divided by 2. That is 31. So we get 31. There's our lower quartile. And then we can see that Q2 is in between 51 and 53. Then we're going to divide that by 2. We have 51 plus 53 over 2. That gives us 52. Okay, and then Q3 is between 86 and 89, right? All over 2, right? Because it's here, right? Sharp. So 86 plus 89 over 2, that gives us 87.5. That gives us 87.5. Okay, I'm sure you see how easy it is to do the quartiles. Ne? You just make sure that you are separating the data set into 4 equal parts. Okay, and then if your thing is in between 2 terms, then you have to add and divide by 2. But the next video, I'm going to be talking more about the quartile. So if you want to check and get more examples to do, just watch the next video, né? Which is basically video 9.1.2. Okay, perfect. Then number 4, they need us to get IQR. Interquartile range. IQR is standing for interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. Ne? Q3 minus Q1, which is 87.5 minus 31. Let's see, what will that give us? That gives us 56.5. Right. And then semi IQR, semi means half. Ne? So you just take IQR and then you divide it by 2. Right. That should give you the semi interquartile range. Okay. Perfect. So now let's see what does this give us? That divided by 2 gives us 28.25. That is our semi IQR. Okay. Perfect. So now we need to draw. Let's see here. They want us to do what? To draw a box and whisker diagram. Ne? Okay, for us to draw a box and whisker, we need the 5-number summary. Ne? The 5-number summary is basically your mean value, our max value, ne? Our Q1, our Q2, and our Q3. Right. Let's check this quickly. What are they? Let's go back up. So minimum value is 2, maximum is 92. So minimum is 2, maximum is 92. Q1 is 31. So Q1 is 31. So this is 92, ne? Let's make sure. Yes. Q1 is 31. Q2 is 52. And then Q3 is 87.5, right? Sharp. So what we're going to do here is we can see that the highest is 92, right? So I'm going to basically go up in tens, ne? I'm going to go so 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Ladies and gents, you're going to pardon my writing because I'm using a mouse pad. So, but if you are writing on your book, your scale must be nice. You always separate it with a ruler. Ne? You choose a proper scale with the intervals of centimeters. Ne? A box and whisker must be scaled, right? And then you are going to draw your minimum. Minimum must be very closer to 0. You put a dot. And then a maximum must be just after 90, right? Maybe somewhere there. Sharp. And then our Q1 is 31. So 31 should be somewhere there. And then our Q2 is 52, which should be somewhere there. And then our Q3 is what? It was 87.5, which is somewhere maybe there, right? Sharp. So obviously you, ladies and gents, you'll be using a ruler. And then you join, and then you join, and then you join, right? Okay. And then there'll be a question on skewness. Ne? For skewness, you just check here. Remember, you can show that this is your mean. Actually, I'll always just show that, ne? To show that this is your max. This is your Q1, Q2, and Q3. Ne? Sharp. So skewness, you check. You just look at the box. Ne? You look at the box. You don't look at the tails or the whiskers. Ne? Just look at the box when you do the skewness. Is it bigger? Remember, this is your left. This is your left. And then this is your right, in the box. So this thing is bigger on the right. Do you see it? But you don't have to write the left or right. Here I'm just explaining. You'll just, maybe you can use a pencil then, but you'll have to erase. Otherwise, they'll penalize you for writing that in your box and whisker. But you can see that it's having a bigger space on the right. So we're going to say skewed to the right, right? The distribution is skewed to the right, Or you can say positively skewed. Ne? You can say positively skewed. And then they can ask you, what does this mean? Ne? This means that the data set is mostly distributed to the right of the mean. Ne? To the right of, so the data set is distributed to the right of the mean. Okay. And then let's see if we have answered everything about this on this side. Let's see. Let's check. Number 6 was skewness. Yeah, we're done. So now let's go to the outlier. Ne? We're going to quickly do an outlier. Okay. So there's a formula for the outlier. Ne? You need to know it. Sharp. So this one, we call it a lower fence, of which is Q1 minus 1.5 interquartile range, right? And then coordinate. Now we're getting the upper fence, which is Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. Né? We use this formula to get the outliers, right? Sharp. So now we are going to get the values. Né? Let's go on the left and see. So we're looking for Q1, so which is 31 minus 1.5 times the interquartile range of 28.25, right? Then that gives us negative, okay? This gives us negative 11. Okay, let's see. This gives us negative 11.38 is 2. Now let's do Q3, which is 87.5 plus 1.5 interquartile range, which gives me 129.87. That is the upper fence. And you can see that from 2 to 92, everything falls within that interval. So in this case, there is no what? No outlier. Any outlier will be any number that will be lying outside on both sides. Ne? That will be your outlier. Okay. Perfect. So now let's go to let's see, mean and standard deviation. And also I need to add something here. We're going to talk about the interval. Let me just write it down. Intervals for standard deviation. Intervals. Sharp. Okay, let me just use a block like this to separate. Sharp. Okay, so we need to get the mean and the standard deviation. So to get the mean and the standard deviation, you need to know how to use your calculator, ladies and gents, right? Sharp. Okay. So let's see here, we have this. Where's our calculator? Okay. So you are going to go to mode, right? And then you pick 3, which is your statistics. Then working with variance, which is 1. Then you input your data set. So 2, 15, 21, 41, 46, 51, 53, and then 72, 86, 72, 86, 89, 92, 90, then 92, right? And then there are 12 of them. So I know that, okay, that should be correct. After putting everything, you press AC. Then you go to, you need this function of statistics. So you need to press shift first. So shift, stats, then we're working with variance. So 1. And then X bar is your mean. Number 2 will give you your mean, right? And then number 3 will give you your standard deviation. So 2, it's what? It's 50. Let's see. 54.83. So X bar equals to 54.83. Right. Now let's look for phi x, which is our standard deviation. This one is for 7. Okay. Standard deviation, we do the same. You are going to say shift stats. You're looking for 4 again, but now we're looking for 3. Which is 3, and then you press equals to. So your standard deviation is 30. Point what? Let's see. 0.09. 0.09. Sharp. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the intervals for the standard deviation. The intervals for the standard deviation, which is the last part of our video. The intervals for the standard deviation from the mean. Sharp. Let's talk about the intervals quickly. So let's see here. Remember, this is phi x, right? Let's say the question asks you how many learners falls within one standard deviation, within one standard deviation from the mean. Sharp. So guys, there's a very important interval that you need to know for the intervals, just like the outlier, is this. It's basically mean minus one standard deviation, which is the lower fence. Then it's going to be mean plus one standard deviation, because they said one. If they say two here, if they said two standard deviation, you are just going to multiply by 2 there, but you still use the same format. If they say 3, you just multiply by 3 on the standard deviation only. Okay, perfect. So now that we're working with one standard deviation, let's get what is x bar minus standard deviation. So it's going to be 54.83 minus 30.09, which gives us the lower fence of 24.74, right? And then the upper fence, we're just gonna add the standard deviation, which gives us 84.92, right? And then they said within, right? So if they said within, we're looking for all the data set that falls inside here, né? In between 24.74 and 84.92, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 86 is outside. So you're going to say, therefore, 5 learners falls within. Do you get it? 5 learners falls within. Sometimes they can say outside. What if they said outside? Outside one standard deviation from the mean. If they said outside, you're still going to use the same interval, but now you're looking for the outside of this, né? Of one standard deviation. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 7 learners that falls outside, né? Sometimes they'll say above one standard deviation from the mean. If they said above, they're just looking for anything that is bigger than the upper fence, né? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 learners falls above. And then sometimes they can say below. Below will be 3 learners, basically, lower than the lower fence. You see, above and below, basically, when you add them together, they'll give you outside one standard deviation. Because when they say outside, they're not specifying whether above or below. Ne? So the question on standard deviation intervals can come in 4 ways: above, below, within, and outside. They'll always say 1 standard deviation from the mean or 2 standard deviation from the mean. If they say 2, you still do the same thing, but you multiply by 2 then. Right. And then, yeah, that should be it about the things that you need to know for ungrouped data. Thank you very much for your time. Please don't forget to share with family and friends and to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thank you very much. Tango.